Today is going to be a big experiment day for me. I've got these infusible Cricut inks. I've got the markers and I've also got the pens. I'm going to see if this works. I also have a cotton shirt, and I know you're not meant to sublimate or infuse on cotton, but I've got this sublimation coating and it says it can be used on cotton fabric, and it allows you to then sublimate on top of these. So I'm going to try these. I'm using one of the pictures from my colouring book on the mythical creatures, and this is Horus and Anubis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this off, and I think it's about 10 by 11. I will link everything in the description, don't worry. I'm going to be using my light grip mat for this, because this is not fragile paper at all, but I also don't want it to mess up completely once I take it off the mat. I've made sure that's nicely adhered to there. I'm going to do the outline of this black. I've mirrored the image, and now I'm going to press start. And do you like my new little stickers I've done? I did those a while back, but I haven't released the video yet, so the video on how I made these will be out soon. Well, it's printed that out nicely. I'm really pleased with how that's come out. I'm just going to take it off the mat. I'm just going to check and see if it's not going to smudge. It's not going to smudge. I don't want this paper to bend, so that's why I'm taking it off the mat like this. Oh, it did bend a little bit. Never mind, I can sort that out. I'm going to colour this in using the same colours that I've coloured this previous picture in for a previous video, where I used the Spectrum Noir Illustrator pens, and so I want it to be something similar to this. I'm going to be using a combination of both the markers and also the fine points. I've finished colouring this all in now. I'm going to set this up on the shirt. Now I'm hoping this shirt is going to work. I'm going to put my shirt virtually as central as I can, and I want this to be there. I'm just going to give it a quick press. And I've set the heat to 400 degrees Fahrenheit because that's what it recommends. Now, firstly, I'm going to put my bit of butcher paper in because I don't want anything to bleed through. And then I'm going to put that on top of the where the butcher paper is. Put another bit of paper on top of that as well. I don't want it to bleed through onto my Teflon sheet if I can help it. And then slide this back in, roll this back round. And it says to do it for 40 seconds, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's had its 40 seconds. So let's move that out of the way. And it has bled through onto this piece of paper that I put in there. So I'm glad I put that in there and it didn't go on my Teflon sheet. Although it has, I think it was too hot, scorched the shirt, even though that Teflon paper was there, and it said 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and which is what I've had it at, but we can have a look. Well scorched it. But it has come through really, really well onto the shirt, and it has permanently put that on there, so I'm quite pleased with that. In fact, I'm very pleased with that. I perhaps should have had another piece of butcher paper there as well to go across it. Or maybe it was just too hot. Maybe it just needs to be at about 380. I'm going to do another one and see if I can get it right without this. So hang on and let's see. I've given it a press. I've got the heat press set to 380 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm now going to go over it quickly with a lint roller, just in case there's any lint. And as you can see, there is card underneath that, and that goes right the way across. I'm going to pop my design on a piece of butcher paper on there, then another piece of this paper to protect the shirt, and then my Teflon mat. This is just a practice run to see how well they work, and then I'm going to wait the 40 seconds for that to do what it needs to do. I'm going to take that off, and then what I'm going to do is let that cool down for a minute or two before I remove the tape. Okay, so it didn't get all the way through the shirt, so I'm not going to move it any further. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put that back on, but instead of using the card, I'm just going to have it on there like that. And hopefully that isn't going to burn the shirt. I'll move this back round and I'm going to give it another 40 seconds. So there we go, it has transferred over. It's not as vibrant as I thought it would be. It might be that I needed to spray on a little bit more of the spray, but because this is cotton after all, and it is nice and cool, and it will be permanent on there as well. Well, I've quickly printed off one of the mandalas from my other set of colouring books that's available, and I will link those down below, and I've roughly coloured it in. I've done it quite quickly. So I'm just going to take this off. I've sprayed the shirt, and I've given it a lot more of a spray this time to see if that actually helps. And so what I'll do is I will press that up and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Well, that's the second one I did. Now, I knocked the temperature up a little bit. I took it up to 400 and I did add some more of the actual spray to it as well. And as you can see, and I've used exactly the same colours on both of them, and that has come out quite a lot brighter. But look at the difference in the brightness. So it was perhaps the temperature, and I didn't have enough of the actual spray on it. So I reckon about 400 is right for this, for my press, certainly. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've really enjoyed doing this today. I think I'm going to do, obviously, quite a few more of these different bits and pieces. Don't forget to hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. It really does help me, and I appreciate it a great deal. Take care, enjoy your crafting. Bye.